بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hey, let's get it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our newest course on PhillyArabicTutor.com. And this course deals with how to benefit from the Hans Wehr Dictionary. Many of you are probably familiar with the Hans Wehr Dictionary, but perhaps you're not familiar on how to use it and how the Hans Wehr Dictionary is arranged. In this course, inshallah ta'ala, when you finish, you'll learn how to benefit and maximize your benefit from the Hans Wehr Dictionary. So come on, hey, let's get it. Now we'd like to discuss a mention of some of the most well-known Arabic dictionaries. So again, the student of the Arabic language, just like he or she should know how to use the Hans Wehr Dictionary, but even before that, one should know the well-known Arabic dictionaries, and one should try to acquire these dictionaries and have one of them, or either all of, or even all of them, in their library. So here we'll mention some of the most well-known Arabic dictionaries. When speaking about Arabic dictionaries, the classical dictionaries, four dictionaries comes to mind, and we're gonna speak about them, inshallah ta'ala, now. The first of them is known as Taj al-Lugha wa Sihah al-Arabiyya, and is more commonly known as Al-Sihah by Al-Jawhari. Al-Sihah by Al-Jawhari, who died in the year 393 Hijriya. Al-Sihah by Al-Jawhari. And this is a copy of the book which you can find online. You can find inside the bookstores. Actually, I have a copy right here. I'll show you guys. Al-Sihah by Al-Jawhari. This is one of the most well-known Arabic dictionaries that you'll find the Arabic grammarians or linguists refer to when speaking about Arabic lexicons and dictionaries. Later on, Muhammad bin Shamsuddin al-Razi, he abridged Al-Sihah and he took the most important words he said that a person would need as it relates to the Arabic language, and he called it Mukhtar al-Sihah. Mukhtar, or selections from Al-Sihah. And we have Al-Mukhtar likewise right here. And this is a good book. You can probably find it online, or if you go to any of the Arab countries, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, you should be able to find this available in the bookstores. But this is one I actually recommend to the beginning Arabic student, Mukhtar al-Sihah, because it's pretty basic. And again, the benefit of the Arabic dictionary is that explains Arabic words in Arabic. So this is a very, very beneficial dictionary. The next dictionary we'd like to speak about is Lisan al-Arab by Ibn Mandur. And most of you probably heard of this dictionary, Lisan al-Arab by Ibn Mandur, who died in the year 711 Hijriya. And you see that is 9 volumes. So it's a very expansive dictionary. And in it, Ibn Mandur, he gathered the words from the Ummuhat Kutub al-Arabiyyah, or the mother books of the Arabic language, meaning the main books renowned and authored regarding Arabic vocabulary. So you see that voluminous dictionary, Lisan al-Arab. So this is another well-known lexicon, an Arabic dictionary, if a person wants to acquire that. And lastly, we would like to speak about Qamus al-Muhit. Qamus al-Muhit by Al-Firuz Abadi, who died in the year 817 Hijriya. Qamus al-Muhit. So this is also, when speaking about Arabic dictionaries and lexicons, also one of the more famous, if not the most famous, Arabic lexicon. And actually, some have said regarding this dictionary that it is the most famous of all the dictionaries, and Allah knows best. There are other dictionaries besides these 4, but these are from the main ones. When you hear people speaking about Arabic dictionaries, you're probably going to hear them mention one of these 4, either Al-Sihah by Al-Jawhari, or Mukhtar al-Sihah, which is the selections from Al-Sihah which was done by Al-Razi, or you hear about Lisan al-Arab by Ibn Mandur, or Qamus al-Muhit by Firuz al-Abadi. So it'll be good, like I mentioned, if one can get at least one of these dictionaries in their library. This is very important for the Arabic student knowledge. And again, I recommend, one of the ones I do recommend is Mukhtar al-Sihah. Very good, very beneficial dictionary. The authoring of the Hans Wehr dictionary. The Hans Wehr dictionary was authored by a German man by the name of, you may have guessed it, his name is Hans Wehr. Hans Wehr, even though we say Wehr, Hans Wehr, Hans Wehr in German. This is his picture here on the screen. Hans Wehr, he began gathering the material for this dictionary in stages, and the major portions of it was gathered between 1940 and 1944 with the cooperation of several German Orientalists. And look at that between quotes. Now, so as we see from these dates, this compiling occurred in the midst of World War II. And perhaps some of you may know that in World War II, Germany was one of the main Axis powers under the command of its leader at the time, Adolf Hitler. I'm mentioning these dates in the backdrop of its authoring for a particular reason, and we'll discuss that in the next point, inshallah ta'ala. When the war was over, the author resumed his compilation from 1946 to 1948. The Hans Wehr lexicon was originally authored in Wehr's native German language, and its first edition appeared in 1952, based on a corpus of 45,000 slips containing words from various Arabic sources. So originally it wasn't an Arabic English dictionary, it was an Arabic German dictionary. This is the origin of that book. So in authoring this lexicon, Hans Wehr, he wanted to gather vocabulary and phraseology of what he called modern written Arabic. He stated in the introduction, it contains only words and expressions which were found in context during the course of wide reading in literature of every kind, or where other evidence shows to be unquestionably part of the present day vocabulary. So Hans Wehr, he gathered words, as he states, found in the prose of books, newspapers, periodicals, and letters. So therefore, in the Hans Wehr dictionary, you will find words that you would not find in those older dictionaries, like the Arabic dictionaries that we just referred to, such as Lisan al-Arab or al-Sihah or Qamus al-Muhit. And this is such as terms, for example, that have come about due to technology advancements that came about in that era. Like you'll find, for example, telvaz or television, things like this, or different rankings or stations in military or local governments, and so on and so forth. And likewise, you will find a great portion of older words, the classical Arabic words as well, consistent with words found in the dictionaries that we mentioned earlier. So the Arabs held on to their language due to the vast area of the Arab world, and also because the language is one of the things that ensure their unity and their ability to communicate with one another. And in addition, Arabic has classical literature, and even greater, of course, it has the Quran, which is the speech of Allah uncreated, which likewise had a great effect in keeping the Arabic language intact over the centuries. So in summary, just as you'll find in this lexicon, modern written Arabic, as we just gave some of those examples, for example, telvaz and telefex, for example, or different words such as this, modern written words or words of modern written Arabic. You also find much vocabulary which agrees with the classical native words of the Arabs. As for the English rendition of the Hans Wehr dictionary, which is in front of us, then this came about in around 1960. Now here's a picture right here. Number 4, we'd like to discuss a brief history about the Orientalists and their goals. So we just heard about the compiling of this lexicon by a German man, Hans Wehr. and the help he enlisted by other German Orientalists. So one may ask now, who are the Orientalists? And why would a non-Muslim of German origin author an Arabic dictionary? So what is his concern with the Arabic language? And the answer to this is, this matter is actually not a new phenomenon, meaning non-Muslims studying the sciences of Islam. And this is what is known as al-istishraq. And those who do this are known as al-mustashriqun, or Orientalists, meaning those who get concerned to the Orient, which is the East, the Sharq. In history, you found that many non-Muslims, and in particular Europeans, Britons and Germans, they've studied many masadir al-Islamiyya, many Islamic books such as books of Hadith, and even before that, the Quran and the science of Hadith. And you found many translations from the Orientalists of books of Hadith, especially after the turn of the 20th century. So what is their goal in going to great lengths in such studies and compiling lexicons, translating works of the Muslims, etc.? Let's hear the words of Al-Allama Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz rahimahullah ta'ala. He said, Al-Istishraq and the Mustashriqun are people from among the Christians, the Jews, and others from the people of unbelief who learned the language of the Sharq, the East, or the Orient. They learned the Arabic language and wrote concerning Islam and other religions. Some of them may be just and speak the truth, while most of them are unjust and do not speak the truth. Others may speak the truth in certain subjects in order to deceive people and to secretly introduce falsehood. They are among the Christians, the Jews, and others who secretly introduce evil in other areas of ilm. Due to them entering the East and taking on the language of the people of the East, they study the remnants of the East, their religion, and guidance that they are upon, in order to remove them from their religion, bring them doubts in their religion, and call them to falsehood, to Christianity, to Ba'athism, Judaism, idol worship, etc. The very least they desire is to bring doubts to them in their religion, whereas the Muslims will not have any firmness, and this is due to what they have casted in their hearts of corrupt ideologies, doubts, and evil deeds. And what proves what Al-Allama Abdul Aziz ibn Baz rahimahullah stated is in the preface of the English edition by J. Milton Cowan, which was edited by J. Milton Cowan. He said, quote, "This dictionary will be welcome not only to English and American users, but to Orientalists throughout the world who are more at home with English than with German." And this shows us that we as Muslims, we must be even more diligent in learning the language of Islam. And the Muslims are more deserving in compiling such works and giving service to the language of Islam and the books of Islam, and learning and speaking this language. You find that some of these Orientalists, they speak the Arabic language better than some Arabs. And I remember I heard one of the ulama, I believe it was Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab al-Aqil in Al-Medina. He mentioned that he was listening to a radio broadcast one time, and a mustashriq, an Orientalist, was speaking, and he said he spoke the Arabic language better than some Arabs. So although we benefit from this lexicon, we still should keep in mind as Muslims the goal of the Orientalists and why they were eager to compile such works. And I return you back again to the time frame when this dictionary was compiled during World War II, where the Germans, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, they sought to dominate the entire world. And perhaps they saw this matter of compiling an Arab-German lexicon a step closer, and they're encroaching upon and even dominating the Muslims and the Muslim lands. Because if they could study our language and bring doubt to our religion, especially to the ignorant Muslims, if our religion is lost, then what do we have left? If the language of Islam is lost, then what do we have left? Arabic is that which connects us to the Quran, the Sunnah, and the Salaf of this Ummah, the pious predecessors, as stated by Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala. Next, we would like to speak about sarf and identifying verb patterns. So we have that which is called ilm al-sarf. علم الصرف, otherwise known as morphology. And it is the study of how Arabic words are structured and the appearance of the word. And this is ilm al-sarf, morphology. How Arabic words are structured and the changes that can come in the structure of the Arabic word, where words are added, for example, and the like. And this is opposite to ilm al-nahu. Ilm al-nahu, which is a study of the endings of Arabic words and why they change, for example, from fatha to kasra to dhamma, right? Sukoon, as it relates to verbs, for example. And just as ilm al-nahu studies the sentence order, which is known as syntax. Now, so ilm al-sarf, we're going to speak about ilm al-sarf, and it deals with how Arabic words are structured, the actual structure, the binya of the kalima, the structure of the Arabic word. So in studying the field of sarf, we must know what is the mizan al-sarfi. What is the mizan al-sarfi, or the sarf scale? So the sarf scale is a standard developed by the scholars of sarf, the sarfiyun, in order to identify the changes of a word structure. It is also known as al-wazn, al-waznu, al-waznu.